Hey guys, this is Cholera bringing you the second installation of my home game series, and this is a Zerg versus Protoss game. I played against another guy from SC2G.com called Sailence. He's a Protoss player at the upper left, and I am once again Zerg at the lower right here. And this is on the map Colosseum. Another amusing game, I promise you. A lot of interesting and questionable play from both of us, and I hope you guys find it as amusing as I did. I was going to cast this yesterday, but unfortunately I broke my second microphone since starting commentaries. I guess I'm just pretty rough on them, and I had to buy a third one today. These headsets are not cheap, but yeah. So now I'm going to be casting some more, I guess. Some people were asking me why I don't want to cast an FP VOD. It's because I just a first-person VOD is just pretty hard for me to do technologically speaking. I think it would lag my computer a little bit, and honestly, I'm not sure what games are going to be that interesting. I'd rather do commentaries off replays. I actually think that watching FP VODs is sometimes quite confusing, so it's just difficult to watch them. So that's why I'm not going to do them. Looks like I'm going to go for a standard Overlord first strategy here. I'm not going for a 9 pool. I have tried that playing Zerg versus Protoss quite a lot recently, but I just don't think I have the control necessary, frankly, to start off with a good Zergling rush or a good Zergling contain. I'd really prefer going for a 12 pool or a 12 hatchery, especially on a map like Colosseum, where it's so easy for the Protoss player to go for that Forge first expand and wall himself in completely, so it would be almost impossible to do a Zergling slip by, a run through past the cannons. Looks like I'm going to be scouting in the wrong direction, and so will Sailence, the Protoss player. And I am building, looks like a couple more drones here, 12 drones, and I think I'm going to be going for a 12 hatchery because I don't see a spawning pool going down. I haven't played Sailence before this game, I think. This is my first game against him. So generally my assumption is to go for a 12 hatchery, and it is that the Protoss player is not going to be going for a rush against me. I'm not sure if that's a great assumption or not, but I am going to assume on a map like this, on a macro map, that he is going to be going for that Forge first expand, and it looks like he is going to be starting first with the Forge. He, of course, is still in the dark about my play, and here's his probe. He is going to get that scout in. Yeah, and this is a disclaimer once again. I do not play competitively at all. I've never played on really any kind of ladder, never played any tournaments, never on the IC Cup or whatever. I just really don't have the time. I started commentating last fall, and I already had a full-time job then. You know, pretty much now that I do commentaries, I really just don't have time to play. Not that I don't find playing interesting. It's just I'm more of an enthusiast than anything. And anyway, so we're going to see me planting my third hatchery down. This is a interesting play here. I'm not sure if it's warranted or not. Maybe you guys can tell me, since I haven't gotten a scout off on his base, and if he was going for a 2-gate strategy, this expansion could be in trouble. My third hatchery here, but I am going to assume he's going on with my assumption that he's going to start off with the Bisu opening here, or the Forge fast expand, whatever you want to call it. I am going to assume that he is going to go for the Forge first, and hence I'm not deciding to get a second hatchery, a third hatchery in my base or anything like that. And it looks like he's actually built 2 cannons before his Nexus. He's just planting his Nexus right now. I think if he was doing a little bit of a better job scouting, he would have noted that I went 12 hatch and I went for 2 expansions. I don't think the cannons were necessary. I think if I had done the scouting, I would have just gone for a Nexus before building those cannons, because I'm not going for a 9 pool, and those cannons are a little bit of a waste right now. But I guess he wants to play it extra safe, and now he's getting up his Nexus. Gateway going up also, still no gas yet. And I've built a good number of Zerglings, actually. I'm wondering why I built so many Zerglings. Perhaps I was still thinking about going for a break, or perhaps in case there was a some sort of a rush going on. But actually, I have just scouted him, and I know there's no kind of gateway rush or anything going on here. I'm moving through the middle also, just in case there is something funky going on. But of course there isn't. And I'm going to be mining gas right now, and probably I'm going to be going for, let's see what I'm going to go for, actually. Sometimes in a situation, Zerg players will go for some sort of fast rush, fast 2 hatchery Hydralisk rush or something like that, but obviously I'm not going for that. Usually that begins with a 9 pool, in fact. The important part is to deny the scout. And it seems that I've actually killed the scouting probe here, so my Zerglings are free to roam, and I'm probably going to try to contain his base a little bit just to prevent future scouting. Actually, my Zerglings are sitting in a corner of my base for no reason at all. So there's no reason for them to be here. I was going to say something like I'm trying to hide them, but that doesn't make any sense. So looks like I've just put them there for no reason. Good play there. Sailence now transfers probes a little bit late, actually. Not that I really want to criticize him, because I probably wouldn't play that much better. I'm just saying from a objective point of view. He's getting his cybernetics core now, and a second gateway, interesting enough. So perhaps he's going to go for a fast zealot rush here. Usually we do see one gateway into Stargate, and if we're going to see something like DTs or Reavers to go with the Corsairs. Meanwhile, I am running my Zerglings forward. I'm going to try to set up a sort of contain now, finally, to deal with any probes that might be incoming. And it looks like I've actually decided to put down a Hydralisk Den, so I'm going to be going for a fast 3-hatchery Hydralisk bust here. Yeah, now I do remember I didn't go for a lair until quite late in this game. Note that I'm still on hatchery. Haven't built my lair anyway. I'm getting my second gas, and now upgrading Hydralisk speed. And this is a strategy where you try to go for a timing attack against the Protoss player and take him down before his before he really gets any sort of tech up. Of course, Hydralisks are very useful because generally the Protoss does go for Stargates afterwards. Looks like he is putting down his Stargate. Let's see if I decide to go for Lair. No, it seems that I'm just saving all my resources to build Hydralisks, and I am going to be pumping out those Hydras from all my hatcheries. So this is going to hurt my economy a little bit since I'm not pumping drones. I am just going pretty much all Hydralisks at this point. And I've got some Zerglings here, and a drone in this forward position. Uh-oh, what is Cholera going to do? I am planting a proxy hatchery here, going up on his ramp here, on his second expansion, and I'm going to try to keep this hidden as long as possible, although I am within range of the Photon Cannon critically if he decides to spot this. Looks like my Overlord gets destroyed carelessly while trying to scout. This is the kind of mistake that you really don't want to make. And it looks like he's actually, he's going to go for a push out here with 4 Zealots, and unfortunately this is going to give him vision of my hatchery here. Later on, someone told me that the standard position for this proxy hatchery, if you want to do it on Colosseum, is actually just to place it at the expansion point, the correct natural expansion point, and then build sunken colonies until you can reach this area. But it looks like I decided to just build it right in front here, and this might not turn out very well for me. I did manage to kill off his initial Zealots. He's going to try to bring a couple more Zealots to get vision of this area. My Hydras should be able to take care of them pretty simply, though. And it looks like he's just trying to keep this Zealot alive long enough so this Photon Cannon could do some more damage here. I do believe that I was inspired to do this strategy by NC Yellow, who did it on one of the games in the GOM TV Intel Classic early on. He did do a very exciting proxy hatchery on Colosseum at this location and went for offensive sunken colonies, which I found pretty sexy. So it looks like I managed to pick off that one cannon over there, but look at this terrible micro. This is just embarrassing. Not picking off the cannon, not doing much here, so I get all my Hydralisks wasted here, and I've only got one more Hydra up. It looks like I'm trying to build a drone, but for some reason my macro is completely slipping also, so really not accomplishing much here, and not building enough Hydralisks. My multitasking just not good enough.